It's CO Mothers on the Roof, starring Chachi LaPrette. Join Chachi and his co-host John O'Neill as they welcome WHDH radio talkmaster Margery Claprood, Lynn Harris, author of Tray Gourmet, Be Your Own Chef in the College Cafeteria, and comedian Robert Capozzi. And now, a guy who dreams about being an astronaut so he can meet love-starved moon maidens, Chachi LaPrette.
Hey. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hey, welcome to another edition of Your Mother's on the Roof. My name is Chachi from WBCN. Thank you very much. And this is Cable. This is my show, and this is the 100th show tonight. We're celebrating tonight. I'll be singing all of the Bee Gees' greatest hits, and we're going to start with, which one should we start with?
Massachusetts.
Be quiet. I don't like to talk to my audience. Hey, my name's Chachi. I'm really very happy today. I bought the first item I ever did buy on QVC. The other night, I actually bought something from QVC, so in the next week or so, we're going to find out what exactly I bought. Hey, Clyde's here. Clyde, come on out here. Clyde. Sit over here. Right there. Sit right there. Clyde, our own version of Aegon from F Troop. Hey, welcome to the show. Let me tell you, on the way in, we were hungry, Michael and I, and we stopped at Burger King. I'm very upset at Burger King. The food was not only terrible, this is on Route 1 in Norwood, but I asked for 2 plain hamburgers, and one of them, they scraped the ketchup and the mustard off of, so I'm not very happy about that. And we have a great show. God. We have a great show, and what else do we... Oh, Rob, my producer. Where's Rob? Is he in here? Rob is has kind of a little cramp in his neck tonight. He's like, we gotta get the show going, you know. Anyway. Hey, there's our audience, and welcome back to the show. 576... No, you see, you can't see the monitor's right there. 576-8881 is our phone, and we're going to be paying tribute to a very, very good friend of mine who has retired from the radio world. Larry Glick is not on the air anymore at HDH, but and there's our number. You can see it on the screen now. Call us, 576-8881. I'm very unhappy. I'm a lonely man. I actually want to get married. So, yes, I do want to get married. I'm turning 35 next month, and I'm tired of being alone. 576-8881. Give me a call. Blondes are preferred. We have a great show tonight. We have a couple of guests. My favorite woman in radio today. She's not only very lovely, she's happily married, which I want to ask her about because I think it's time for me to get married. I'm tired of being by myself. 576-8881. We're going to ask Margery how she feels about the whole marriage thing because I'm very tired of being alone. Right now I want to sing a song. One day we walked along the sand. One day in early spring, you held a piper in your hand to mend its broken wing. See, I'm a broken-hearted man. Can you see that? Now I remember many a day. Hey, we have a happy crew tonight. I gave them all free T-shirts, and that's all it takes. That's all it takes to get them in here. We have a big show from WHDH Radio. Margery Claprood is here tonight on my show. Actually, this is big. Now, see, I can see that, we run opposite 60 Minutes in Boston, so I can see a lot of people just saying, hey, I want to watch Your Mother's on the Roof to find out about Margery Claprood. The heck with, I can't say hell, but the heck with 60 Minutes. And the masses are doing it right now. I can feel it. You held a piper in your hand. Hey, my friend Tony Bennett, we love him. He's coming to Great Woods August 16th. We're going to have a camera backstage. We're going to hang out with Tony Bennett because Tony's my buddy. And so we'll be breaking new TV rules here. Hey, we have a great camera person who's talking to herself. Hi, how are you? No, that's okay. That's okay. This is Cable and we don't care. Also tonight, a woman who wrote a book called Tray Gourmet all about college cooking. And you know me with cooking. I have not eaten a good meal in about 3 weeks. Last good meal I ate was at the Aku Aku. And I'm still paying the price on that one. We have tonight an author who wrote Tray Gourmet, Lynn Harris. I knew that. Lynn Harris is here tonight. It's tough. See, we always do a show every other Friday night, but we're doing 2 Friday nights in a row, and it's really taking its toll on my personality. 576-8881. Give us a call. We need people to call that phone line because we want you to be in the studio audience with us. Also, we have a comedian who's going to come in and make the masses laugh. Robert Capozzi is here tonight. So, okay. So they have the whole Beatle thing on QVC. So I called up and I bought a little Beatle music box. It opens up and plays I Want to Hold Your Hand. Just what a man who's 35 years old and single needs, a music box. You'll find out this and much more. We gotta go. We'll be right back. This is Your Mother's on the Roof.
I knew who I was. I knew who I wasn't. Thanks to my father. He was a builder. He talked a lot for being a quiet man. And after I became a father, I understood why talking was so important to him. Sometimes a boy needs to talk about things that bother him. Pressures from friends, or today it's drugs, I suppose. And when I needed someone to talk to, he wanted it to be him. His values, not someone else's. Years later, we stood and waited for the bus to take me to college. He gave me an old nail to remind me of the fruits of work. But now it reminds me more of him and how it wasn't just houses he was building. The closer you are to your children, the further they'll be from drugs. From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Call on me, baby. Mm-hmm. I'll be right here at home.
Hey, okay.
All you got to do is...
Thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much. Welcome back to the show, Your Mother's on the Roof. Now I remember many a day and many a lonely night. What do you think, Clyde? Good? Clyde Whalen, Your Mother's on the Roof, the Mr. Phipps of cable TV. Anyway, my name's Chachi. Welcome back to the show, and this is going to be a huge show tonight. I'm in love, and the woman's married, and she's here tonight. But first, my co-host. He's been with me for 35 years. He picks all my songs, and he screens all the help that comes in and meets me before the show. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. John O'Neill.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That's way too much applause for what we're doing tonight.
A little bit of a memoriam tonight because John and I have been growing our sideburns, but John, I shaved my sideburns.
That's right. I'm still going for the Luke Perry look on.
So mail in your cards. Do you want John with or without sideburns? And the one that wins, we make these stupid little stamps that don't mean anything.
And it's funny you mention that because I did have a question also.
Don't lean.
I'm wondering what
You're
to do.
You're leaning over here. You're still in the picture if you don't lean.
I'm wondering what to do with my hair. It's at that stage where I don't know what to do with it. Do I trim it? Do I put more mousse in it? Or do I
just
frizz
lay
it
a
up?
big slab of Sizzling on it. It's the best thing you can do for your hair.
Yeah, you're a big help. It's Sizzling.
It's heavy in the Sizzling. What is Sizzling? Call us 576-8881.
That's right, 576-8881. What is Sizzling? And actually, if you do call that phone number, which is the Your Mother's on the Roof hotline, you'll find out what's coming up in terms of guests for the program. Had you called early this week, you'd know that Margery Claprood was going to be here with Pat Whitley. But Pat decided that...
Let me tell you about Pat Whitley, man. Let me tell you. First you get the money, and then you get the power, and then you get the women. Thank you very much. That's my Scarface.
And his woman wouldn't let him be on the show. His woman handles most of his affairs, right?
I need a woman. I'm very much in love with a woman who will not marry me, and I cannot say her name, but maybe Margery will help me through this crisis of my life tonight.
You know, this has turned into like Dick Syatt's hotline. I mean, you really, I didn't know you were that desperate. I mean, I know that
I am like so desperate, I'm turning to Benny Hinn in the Miracle Crusade. I really love. Oh, does anyone know who Benny Hinn is?
Yeah, but
does anyone know? Hey, we have a new segment on our show. We're hoping to start it real soon. What we need is videos, and what we're doing is
we need your support, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, we need the support. We're not running for sheriff or anything, but we're just looking for videos from Goofy Pet Tricks, sort of a Letterman type thing.
Right.
It's called, as you can see right there, Chachi's
Goofy Pet
videos. With all due respect to John, we just couldn't fit his name on the screen.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Chachi's Goofy Pet Videos, care of WBCN, a radio station I work for. P.O. Box 104, Boston, Mass. 02215. If you want your tape returned, please include a self-addressed stamped mailing container. Thank you. Okay.
It's called a
cable. It's cable, so you mail it back.
Exactly.
But listen, sometimes my tastes run a little, to the edge. So include something there for my own personal benefit on that videotape. Something that I can watch later on after a long, lonely night.
You are a lonely man, aren't you?
No, I'm just kidding.
You have cats. Don't you have cats to go home to?
I have 2 kitties at home. I love them dearly. One's 21 years old. He could go any time. I hope he goes today. He didn't go yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
That was a digestion joke. Anyway, this is Your Mother's on the Roof, a cable show that doesn't really care. We'll be off the air any day now. Anyway.
Actually, we're getting ready. A lot of shows, summertime, they run repeats. But the shows you're going to see this entire summer are all brand spanking new. We're taping shows pretty much 3 times a week, I think.
Which is just like Fox TV, isn't it?
It's unbelievable.
It's
That's
unbelievable.
right. It is like Fox. In living color with 2 white guys. So it'll be a great program.
Man.
Okay,
did we cover everything we needed to cover?
It's time to go to our first guest for the evening, Chachi.
And who is that guest? Why don't you introduce her, John? You've always done this. She's a regular on the show. She's been with me for a long time.
That's right.
Oh, no, you introduce her. I'm sorry.
I tell you, she's part of the morning talk radio team on the AM dial. And if opposites attract, these 2 people would be made for each other.
Oh, wait a minute. That other person isn't here.
Well, thanks for bringing that up. Right? The other person's not here. But the better half of the team is here. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome for my sister and talk show host, Margery O'Neill Claprood Spinazzola. I don't know. All in one breath.
I haven't seen you in ages. Who is this guy?
I don't really know who he is, but he comes here every other Friday night. Yeah, I am.
You're so lonely. I
Well,
would have brought my little sister if I had known.
Really? You mean I could be in the O'Neill family?
You could be in the O'Neill
You
family.
could be part of it, that's right.
Thanksgiving at our houses.
Is it?
It's worth something.
Is it?
Because I don't cook.
Last Thanksgiving was very sad at my house. That Louis Rich stuff just isn't the best.
No, it's not. No. Don't go for it.
Don't say that in front of her husband because he's a chef, a gourmet chef.
Gourmet chef.
Yeah,
It's very
that's right.
important.
That's right.
And even leftovers taste nice.
They
at Margie's
taste great.
house, they
Well,
do, that's right.
John and I were raised on chip beef, right? That was big.
Dinty Moore.
Dinty Moore, yeah. And pasta in a can.
Was his thumb really that big?
Oh, Dinty. I don't know. I stay up late nights wondering.
Actually, I'm going along. I never did really get into the Dinty Moore thing.
I can never do
That's
it.
where the rule of thumb came from, Dinty Moore.
Amen.
Please, Margery, join us in welcoming a new member of our staff tonight. She holds all the cue cards, and her name is Kathy. So, Kathy, welcome.
Kathy, welcome. Welcome to the family.
No, I'm sorry. We've never introduced any staff member, but I thought it should be a nice family kind of
That's
thing.
right.
We're here together as a family, and later we'll have a touching session.
And that's right.
We're bonding, Kathy.
And we're a
It's
close
okay.
family. We're close. And Kathy, if you do desert us, we will hunt you down and kill you. Okay? So.
Every time Margery comes to the show, we always try to give her a gift. What was the last time we gave? What did we
gave
give
her T-shirts and a basketball. T-shirts for that film Marked for Death, I think.
And the basketball for White Women Can't Jump.
Right, yeah. It was that. It was something.
Don't forget, you also gave me that trash thing
yes.
to pick up leaves.
Yes, that was the
That's
night Bonnie Frank was on. I'm sure he's sweeping up the leaves right now.
And what do you have for my sister this evening?
Tonight we have, for a concert tomorrow night, 4 tickets to Garrison Keillor. Yes, sleep the night away at Great Woods with Garrison Keillor. No, I can say that because the show already happened when you watched the show. So she got.
This was such a great show. Thank you.
No, but that's not all, Margery.
Awesome.
We know your tastes run rampant, and we know you like music as well as talk. That's why we've included a pair of lawn seats to Ozzy Osbourne. Yes, right. Ozzy Osbourne at Great Woods. I'm sure Ozzy would love to meet you backstage after the show.
Well, now that I'm in the media, I can take graft and payola.
Yeah, that's right.
Couldn't do it when I was in politics, but is that it? Is that all I get?
That's all
you get for now.
No, that's cool.
Speaking of graft and politics now, we're in the midst of a presidential election.
Yeah, very exciting.
Last primaries. You're actually on the inside looking out.
Yeah.
What's it like? I mean, You were part of it. Now
I've been waiting for Ross Perot to call me. I think he's dead in the water if I'm not on the ticket. But then again, I didn't help Silver much either, did I? So. Hello. He was 17 points up before we came together. It's a little known fact. This is going to be a great election to watch, by the way.
Is he in this for the duration, Perot?
See, that's the big question. Bill Clinton has already won his nomination, so hopefully the Democrats will come together for the first time in 12 years.
Amen.
George Bush, even though he's the incumbent, has the lowest popularity of any sitting president in the history of womankind. So I'm excited about this. This is what I get paid to talk about is to knock Bush around, because I really think that he's been quite bad for this country. So the question is, will Ross Perot take enough votes away from George Bush and Bill Clinton to throw this whole election into the House of Representatives? And that could happen this year.
Now, how important is a running mate? Who is in the wings to become...
Actually, unfortunately, the running mate, is like, people forget the running mate. And I don't think Dan Quayle has been a great asset.
No, not at all.
By the way, I have my hair, my Murphy Brown do tonight. I'm hoping that Dan will take a shot at me too. But I think Bill Clinton will probably go for a progressive. He may even be looking for a woman or a person of color.
Well, we
Ross,
know he's always looking for women, though.
Yeah, well, true,
To an
but
extent.
and wasn't he great on the sax on Arsenio? So he was going for the young vote,
That's
clearly,
right. That's right.
and the whoop whoop vote.
That's right.
But Ross Perot, I think, is going to be. This is the first time since 1824. Chachi, I know you want to know this.
I'm dying to know this stuff. Hold on.
Okay, you can impress women with this. You got to get away when you meet a woman, see, and you're lonely.
I'm lonely.
You can't keep saying nice buns, great gams. You have to say who are you voting for in the election, what kind of issues appeal to your soul. You really have to appeal to the left and the right half of her brain.
Sensitive, Margie, a little bit more sensitive.
I think so. And I think you have to let her know that you respect her. And then you go for the legs or the buns.
You know what? Here's what I want to know. I love this guy dearly, and you know what? But he does have to learn that when he's with the woman to talk more about her. He has a Corvette, and he mentions that, and it's great.
It's
and
the
he works
mirror
at a big
that he
station.
pulls out when he says, "Don't I look great?" This is what happens.
Will they respect me after this commercial? We have to go to a commercial. We're right back.
Be back. I don't know.
I was going to say I didn't think you were tiny, but I didn't know.
I don't wanna lose this good thing.
Ducks, geese, swans. Waterfowl like these are the barometers of our health. They need plenty of clean air and water just like we do. So when they start to disappear, we know the health of our own air and water is in danger. And so are we. Ducks Unlimited works to bring them back by restoring their habitat. Join Ducks Unlimited now, because protecting waterfowl protects us all.
Brothers and fellow mountain goats, this year's recipient of the treasured Black Horn Award, Richard Lynch. Come on up here, Dick.
What are you doing this weekend that's so important you can't take a little time to test your home for radon? After all, it is the second leading cause of lung cancer, and a radon test kit is inexpensive. You could pick one up on your way to the lodge.
Used in the world in the last 40 years, none had more power than this one.
Sometimes you love me.
Now when I remember spring, all the joy that love can bring. Hey, welcome back to the show, You Mothers on the Roof. My name is Chachi. Tonight we're sponsored by Weaver's Chicken Pox Pie. Yes, chicken pox pie. People are itching to eat it.
I thought you were just missing I thought you were just slurring there, but I get it. There you go. Boy.
How come you have so many posters of Marilyn and not one of me?
Well, actually, we thought they were you.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
want one of my
compliment.
bumper stickers.
That's a
up
compliment, yeah, really.
So someone ran into me today, and I says, Margery Claprood's going to be on the show, and she said, ask her about Emily.
there. Emily?
Yeah, who's
Emily's
Emily?
List?
Yeah.
Oh, Emily's List?
What is that?
Well, Emily's List
This
is
is a serious question, folks.
This is Emily's. You're going to hear a lot about it now. You want to be funny. You want to make light of this. Women are taking over in politics in 1992, and my goal, as you well know, is to be czar of the universe. So Emily's List stands for early money is like yeast. Emily, you see. And one of the big barriers to women being able to mount a successful campaign for governor or for United States Senate has been because men like Bill Weld, and Dan Daly, who are gazillionaires, put all their own money into a campaign, and they blow you out of the water by buying up all of this airtime.
Right.
And women haven't been able to compete equally. So Emily's List is raising money nationally for very hot, happening kind of women, for Democrats and Republicans, so that we can run and compete, and so that we can change the face of the U.S. Senate.
Great question.
Very
That
good.
was a good question, Chachi.
No problem. I'm going to have to pay $25 for that.
Don't you think it would be different? There was a very progressive woman that you were speaking to that knows about Emily's List. Don't you think this were? And he's so lonely. But that was.
She doesn't watch the show anyway. She left me.
Well, is this the woman that left you? Is this the woman?
No,
that
I
left you?
can't talk.
No, we can't
I
go
can't
into
mention
detail.
this.
Will it make you sad? No, it's
No,
just
those
between
girls from the Boston Herald will start writing about it.
Yeah,
will
that's
they?
it.
Yeah, they might.
They might.
Well, we'll
They'll write
talk
about
after
anything.
the show.
They'll write about
Enough
anything.
television. Let's talk radio.
No, wait. Oh, okay, let's talk
Okay.
radio.
Let's
But wait a
talk
minute, she
radio.
has her own television show.
Right. Well, in due time, we'll get to that. but
Okay,
I'm
let's
trying
go to radio right
trying to
now.
make the segue into the whole radio thing.
Radio.
Radio mornings, early mornings
Yeah.
at WHDH. That's on your AM dial. That's 850 on the AM dial.
850 on the AM dial.
Not to be confused with people on the
950.
FM dial. Yeah, exactly. But you're in early mornings with
Yeah.
Pat. You guys are a team. You get there. What time do you have to arrive there, Margie? In the morning?
We get there about 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock, and you're on
we
from
get in early.
5:30 till
5:30 till 10.
Till 10.
We get up early in the morning, as you probably do. Read the Boston Globe.
The Boston Herald.
We read the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal. We just look at the pictures in the Herald.
Herald, okay.
That's about it.
You can either look at the Herald or the Weekly World News, I guess.
There you go. Sometimes the Inquirer, so I know whether Elvis is in town or not.
Exactly.
And then
either that or you give me a call, and I'm more than willing to be there. Unlike Pat, who really couldn't help me out tonight.
We should talk about Pat.
We should mention.
He
wanna
wanted
talk
to
about
be
Pat.
here, but he's accepting an award on behalf of Jesse Helms.
Well, there you have it. I know where his priorities lie.
No, you know what the true story is? Pat's wife heard us talking on the air. He was supposed to be here because we do everything together.
Right.
We are Claprood and Whitley.
Right.
But I'm taller, I'm smarter, and I
Not
talk
everything
faster,
together. I mean,
see?
it's a family show. But
So his wife heard us talking that we were going to do your show tonight, and she was not happy about it because his daughter Kelly is having her anniversary tonight. And so
I knew it was family.
That really.
You know
I
what?
would like to zing him, but
that's what families do.
that is what families
That's what families do.
And politically speaking, he's such a pig. We have to celebrate
Yeah, exactly.
that he's such a good daddy.
Well,
so
I listened to you. I mean,
happy anniversary, Kelly.
I listened this morning.
And sometimes it looks like you're almost about to start throwing punches. I mean, to start really swinging. And then you go to a break. What happens at the break? Do they bring the refs in and they pull you apart?
They
or do you
hose us
guys,
down.
They hose you down.
Yeah, they pretty much. But we're going to.
Do you laugh during a break and say,
gonna,
"Boy, we really can't get going"?
To tell you the truth, we're going to write a marriage manual because taking a commercial break really would help a lot of people who are like you. When you get into a heated political argument,
right.
And that's pretty much he's on the right, I'm on the left. He's a Neanderthal, and I'm pretty much a happening kind of '90s woman. You see,
Right.
so but during that commercial break. He gets me coffee and he spit shines my shoes.
Does he?
So,
Really? Wow.
You never know that. You never know.
okay.
Listen to it.
No,
He's a teddy bear, I've heard.
He's a teddy bear. He's an angel. We come from different places in our lives. He was raised in the South. He had a very tough childhood. And John, you and I talk about we had a tough childhood, but we had a wonderful family that kept us together.
True.
He was on his own.
It's true. He was on his own.
And he talks about this publicly. He was abused as a child. So he comes at life from a different place. But I do love him dearly.
I do love him, but I tell you, he really was a a pinhead for a long time. When he first started
He
on
was
the
a
station,
pinhead
when he first started on the
before I
station,
met him.
you know, he got his job. He was actually, he filled in for Larry Glick, whom at the time
Really?
I was producing. He filled in for Larry Glick, started doing sort of light stuff, and then he knew that he knew he'd get calls when he would say something a little bit outrageous, controversial. People, when they'd light up the lines, and he'd know when the PDs would walk by that they really got a charge out of him filling up the lines during middays. And so after a while, they asked him to fill in more and more often, and then he started getting really political, and then he started bashing the bejesus out of my sister.
Me.
And I'm on, and so I'm producing the show, and I didn't know if he knew that you were my sister or he was just being a pinhead. But he was really digging it, and it got to the point where I was talking to my boss, Al Mayers, who was the PD, and said, you know, he's really making these nasty cuts about my sister on the air, and I'm afraid I'm going to say something to him, and I know it's not because I'm working with him, but I'd rather not produce a show anymore because he's really getting on my nerves about it. And the next day, I don't know if anyone said anything to him, but I'm sitting beside him, I'm going through my mail, and he's going through his, and he turns to me and he says, you know, your sister, she's one son of a gun. I tell you, a lot of spunk. I really admire her. I was like,
I hate her.
Yeah, thanks.
But
so anyway,
but for a left-wing, groundbreaking feminist pinko, she's my favorite.
No, they're actually a team. It's unbelievable. Yeah.
But you know what? I got him great ratings.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, I was the best whipping girl. If he would kick me around, did a 4-hour show on, let's think of a nickname for Margery Claprood.
Yeah.
And the FCC almost threw them off the air, but he made a lot of money off of me.
His name was Fathead, and you were...
I was the Flake and the Fathead.
Flake and the Fathead.
Well, Margery, we have to go.
Oh, is it over already?
They're telling me we have to go.
Oh, that's right.
Thanks for coming down.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk to you about marriage and stuff.
Listen, my hubby's here. I endorse it strongly.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, he's wonderful. I love him dearly. But he's a little younger than me, and he adores me, so I think...
It's true.
That's nice.
And
that's
also,
nice.
if you can't get enough of my sister here, and you don't like listening to the radio, you can catch her
it's
on...
a plug. Hold on, I got
You
a
can
plug.
catch her on the New England Cable News Network.
That's right. I finally have a show that's called The Margery Claprood Show.
12:30 to 1:30 Monday through Friday.
And John Silber is never there.
Okay.
And neither is Pat.
We gotta go. We'll be
Let's
right
hear it,
back.
my
We'll be
sister.
right back. Margery Claprood.
Thanks, guys.
And now, the latest Elvis news from around the world.
Hollywood, California. Tentatively scheduled for a simultaneous television and home video release in the spring of 1993 is a new Elvis documentary called Elvis in Hollywood. It is being produced with the cooperation of Elvis Presley Enterprises. You know, Elvis made over 30 films in a 15-year period, and this program will focus on Elvis's first 4 films, showing what went on behind the scenes and how his film career fits into Hollywood history. A stamp for the times. Well, all votes are in for the Elvis Presley stamp, and now the U.S. Postal Service must tabulate all the ballots and announce the people's choice. But the story doesn't end here. The Weekly World News, the most notorious of the supermarket tabloids, has their own choice for an Elvis stamp. Elvis Today. Based on a photo allegedly taken last July by a St. Louis housewife, we see our boy Elvis trying to avoid a photographer and sneak into a movie theater to view either Silence of the Lambs or Truth or Dare. It was probably Truth or Dare. Well, for what it's worth, you can cast your vote for Elvis 92 by sending it to the following address. The Weekly World News, 600 South East Coast Ave, Lantana, Florida, 33462. And they promise to forward all votes to the U.S. Postal Service. I'm John O'Neill for Elvis News from around the world.
Join us again next time for the latest Elvis news from around the world.
Honey, it's Mom. Please let me in. I'm worried.
Learn to see the signs of mental illness. 2 out of 3 people who get help get better. For a free booklet, call the American Mental Health Fund.
Every day, we're losing 50,000 barrels of oil, over 2 million gallons of gasoline, to a seemingly unimportant thing. Low tire pressure. Have you checked yours lately? President Bush hopes you'll do your part. Drive smart.
If this doesn't scare you, just wait.
The doctor will see you now.
One night a year ago, Vanessa got high with some guy and forgot everything she learned about preventing AIDS. Now her life is the horror show. AIDS. Another way drugs can kill.
Michael in the studio audience, he hurt his arm. We had to twist his arm to get him to come tonight.
I thought it was Mickey.
Hey, welcome back to Your Mother's on the Roof. That was great with Margery. I just get so just by watching her talk, I forget what I'm saying, and I'm sitting there going, "Oh, Margery." And I realize she's married, and there you go.
That's right.
Hey, Your Mother's on the Roof, 576-8881. We're always looking for people to come in and sit in the studio audience.
That's true, we are. Tonight we have, again, another quality audience. Not really a quantity audience, but you can be a part of
quality.
it.
Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you about quality, man. If you're looking for quality, it's here right now.
Every other Friday night between, say, 8 and 9:30, there's a show going on, so please be a part of it.
What happens is, it will get like 8:30, we're running late, and Rob will go, I gotta twist my neck, I gotta get the show going, Where's the chachi? I gotta get the show going, Where's the chachi? I don't know. So anyway, that's Rob. Come down and see Rob DeRosa, our famous producer. 576-8881, just leave your name and number.
And you'll go home with a swell prize.
A swell prize.
T-shirts, posters, movie
you
tickets.
You will. I sent them out last time to the last 4 people who called. Anyway, our next guest has written a book, and she's written it with a partner, and that person isn't here either, so it just fits into the whole night.
Actually, quick thing. Did you actually give my sister tickets to Ozzy Osbourne?
Yeah, I did. The lawn seats, though. She thought she was getting great seats. No, you'll be up in the lawn with the hi-os with the dirt under their fingernails and stuff.
Let's talk food.
Let's talk food, yes. Lord knows I only eat Kit Kat bars, and it's time for me to expand my horizons.
You should.
Start to have some pizza with it.
And she's like a food, she's, I guess, actually a food therapist.
Yes, now I'm not in college. It's been a long time since I've been out of college, but there is a new book out right now, ideal for college students, no matter what age you are.
That's true, yeah. You might have stayed
Clyde,
back a few years and things weren't going so swell.
See, now Clyde, back in his days, Clyde went to Harvard.
Right, did he?
He walked through the Harvard yard and, smoking a little bit of that funny stuff through Harvard yard a long time ago. That was yesterday, but this is today. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the author of a brand new book called Très Gourmet, Be Your Own Chef in the College Cafeteria.
That's right. You didn't even mention your name, that's right.
That's okay. That's good. It's good when Clyde's a little bit ahead and a little bit behind. That's good, Clyde. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Lynn Harris. Okay. Hi, Lynn.
Hi.
Lynn, where exactly are you from? Are you from Boston?
Yeah.
You don't have to say the Boston area.
Yeah,
are.
originally. Mm-hmm.
Originally, so where do you live now?
Somerville.
Somerville, my favorite town. You know, Somerville, there's a street light on every corner.
That's right.
No, I didn't know that.
You know, it's true. It's true.
I think we run in Somerville, I think.
No, we don't. There's
No,
Stips.
we don't run in Somerville.
No, they said they were going to run it, but then I don't know what happened. Clyde never followed up. But hey, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How long has this book been out for?
Since February.
Okay, what's it doing on the stands? Is it like sweeping the top 10 list?
They can't keep it on the shelf.
Really?
They don't know what to do.
That's good to hear in the publishing business. That's very good to hear.
Exactly.
You can't keep it on the shelf.
It's very slippery, you know.
Okay, so
no, it's selling very well.
Briefly, what is the whole idea of the book?
Okay, the whole idea of the book is that
I'll hold it up.
Cut to the chase there.
Okay.
Thank
you.
Maudlin, is it?
I don't look much like myself on the back cover anymore.
Yeah, I
got a
noticed that.
haircut.
Who was
yeah,
that?
It is me. It's my evil sister. Twin
that your sister?
No, it's me. But I had hair then.
Okay.
Anyway, the concept of the book is that I know most people when they think of college food think of mystery meat with brown sauce and brown sauce with brown sauce. But if you've been in a dining hall recently, they've changed a lot, and they're not Cafe Amalfi. But they're better. And what they've done is they've given you big salad bars. They have microwave ovens in the cafeteria. They have spices and just stuff to play with. So when we were in college, we noticed that a lot of people would go up to the salad bar. They kind of putter. They'd make their own little salad dressing. The food's kind of dull, so you can really doctor it up yourself. And so everyone was doing it. But Larry, my co-author, and I were the ones who sort of made it an art or a science, depending on what your major was. And a lot of people kept coming up to us and saying, hey, Lynn, how do you make your salads look like that? Or can you do that? Can you make me that fruit thing? And then people we didn't even know were coming up to us and saying, aren't you the guys who cook really well? You guys should write a cookbook. So we were like, okay. So we did.
And that's how it started.
That's how it happened.
That's it. Yep, popular demand.
So
there's nothing on the market that caters to a college crowd? Is that pretty much?
Well, there are inferior cookbooks that teach you how to use things like your toaster oven and your hot pot and stuff like that in your dorm room.
Oh,
but you're not. Those are illegal appliances in most dorm rooms. Ask any fire marshal. Yeah, those are illegal appliances. So we wouldn't want to incite any kind of we don't want to get involved in reckless endangerment.
A legitimate kitchen.
You need the cafeteria. Like if you're on the meal plan. I'm telling you, if you're on the meal plan, you go into the cafeteria, and this stuff is there for you. You're cooking for yourself, no shopping, no mess, no dishes, no illegal hot pots.
Okay.
Wow.
There you go. Get it, Tray Gourmet.
I get it. Now I get it.
Tray, as in the tray.
Yep.
As in the cafeteria.
Yeah.
So, you can find Worcestershire.
Yeah.
Worcestershire.
Yeah.
In college?
Yes.
What do you want me to do?
You can take a course in learning how to spell it also and pronounce it. But yeah, they have what they'll do is at the salad bar they'll have a tray with like Worcestershire sauce, Tabasco, soy sauce. This is standard stuff now.
Really?
Have you had this at UMass?
Yeah, I think so. We just did actually, and the ones who don't are adding it now due to public pressure brought on by this book.
Okay.
It's true.
But they don't actually provide stoves for you to use, do you?
No, all you need is a mic. The only recipes, the only things you need to use this book are a microwave, and sometimes cafeterias have toaster ovens, and sometimes they have those big old rotary toasters from
yeah, that's right, yeah.
But
that's all you need.
But wouldn't good food help too? What about that?
Well, okay, but that's asking a lot.
It's nice to dress up a piece of beef, but what can you? How much can you dress up to make it taste good?
Well,
you just smother it with the Worcester.
When you're saying college food gets a bad rep, like airline
it does.
food.
It really has changed. I'm not saying we have
the perfect world.
The perfect right. But
you do with what you have to do to survive.
Exactly. Exactly.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So who's Larry?
Larry is a very good friend of mine.
So he's not an ex-boyfriend?
Yeah, he's an ex-boyfriend.
Oh! I'm so sorry. That's why he's not in tonight.
I'm not bitter.
Okay, so you have a problem splitting the royalties for the book or anything?
No, actually, I get more.
You do?
Yeah.
Because you were the brains behind the book.
That's right. He was the looks. I was the brains.
He was the looks.
So if he was accidentally food poisoned, you'd probably get all the profits.
Yeah.
That's right. I saw that on the Columbo one night.
So are you lonely too? Anyway, we have to go to...
I thought you'd work it around to that.
We have to go to a commercial. We'll be right back with more from Lynn Harris. We'll be right back.
That's my dad. And that's Mom. Dad's got an idea. A way to get rid of all the grody garbage that's polluting the world. He's invented a big rocket ship to shoot all the garbage into outer space. Mom's not sure. But Dad says his invention will save the world.
There's an easier way to save the world. Recycle. For your free recycling action guide, write Recycle. Environmental Defense Fund, 257 Park Avenue South, New York, New York.
We have the test results, and we're sure of the diagnosis. Jerry has cancer.
Oh, God.
We have very good treatment for this form of cancer, but it's not going to be easy. We're going to start chemotherapy immediately.
Chemo, but he's always been so active.
We'll try to keep his life as normal as possible. We'll go in, and I'll tell Jerry what I've told you.
Please give generously to the Jimmy Fund. Cancer is too big a battle for a kid to fight alone.
There's hardly a corner of the world where a Peace Corps volunteer is making a difference right now. You can join them. They're opening hearts and opening minds, building bridges and bridging cultures, sharing skills and sharing themselves, bringing new life to deserts and fighting disease. The Peace Corps is leaving behind more than a new crop, a new forest, or a nourished child. It's leaving behind a people you've helped to help themselves, shaping their future as well as your own. No matter what your skill, you don't know how much you have to offer until you offer it. Take home a world of experience and leave behind something that will last for generations. Peace Corps, the toughest job you'll ever love.
Children were caught in the crossfire of violent crime. How much longer will you let this go on? Call this number now. We'll send you information on how you can protect your children from crime in your neighborhood. Together, we will take a bite out of crime.
When the bells ring for me, when someone tugs a heartstring for me. Hey, welcome back to the show. Mother's on the Roof.
Mr. Emotions, that's nice.
576-8881 is our phone number. We're dying for people to call. We're paying for the phone. Use it. And also, we're looking for those goofy pet videos.
That's right.
So we want to run them on the show and throw in anything extra you want from me and John.
Do you know the address?
Yes. Send your goofy pet video to, you'll see it on the screen in just a second. If this is real cable TV, you'll see it. Chachi's Goofy Pet Tricks. Care of WBCN, P.O. Box 104, Kenmore Station, 02215. There you go. So we get an 8 for that. We get an 8. And there you go. There's the address. So send us the video and we'll play it on the air. And do they have to sign anything to put it on?
Just a release form, but we'll send that out to them when we
get
the videos.
Anyway, we're here with Lynn Harris, who has written a new book called Très Gourmet, Be Your Own Chef in the College Cafeteria. And the irony of this is, for the co-writer, his last name is Berger.
Larry Berger.
I'm sorry. What?
Don't be.
Now listen, okay, my mom, who's been my mother for like 35 years, is a chef at Cambridge High School.
Oh.
So what are the differences between high school and college? Is there a big difference? Or in college they put the teriyaki sauce in there?
Right, or we have a recipe ourselves for teriyaki sauce. But
no, really.
High school, my high school had a pretty good salad bar, if I remember correctly. But I think that was sort of ahead of its time. I think high school. Let's put it this way: I don't think our sequel is going to be Your Own Chef in the high school cafeteria. I think that's pushing it. I think we're just going to. I think it's hopeless.
Because you become in college a more adult, and they give you more things to play with.
That's correct.
The only reason
maybe
I brought
too
it
young
up
to be
is
using Worcestershire sauce. Or,
exactly.
I only brought it up because my mother likes me to talk about it once in a while.
Little plug for your mom. That's fine.
There you have it.
But what about the beef with peanut sauce? Now there's something that I'd like to eat. Beef with peanut sauce.
It's kind of a Chinese restaurant-ish kind of thing.
Really?
You know, yeah. I think you need to show them the illustrations because
Okay.
I think we have some pretty killer illustrations. Well, these were done by a classmate of ours. Pick one that you like.
What, you mean like this? Or you mean like that?
That's good stuff. Well, the stuff that he drew. A classmate of ours.
You find something good.
Yeah. Okay. I have a good one.
If you will find it, I will actually hold it for you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, gee.
Because I can't talk and hold things
Exactly.
at the same time.
Well, no, actually, it would look better, I think, if I...
Where is it? Well, this guy, here we go. This guy,
John will hold it.
thank you, John.
See, it's funny, me and John is do a talk show, and I'm not talking to him right now. I'm kind of mad at him. Anyway.
This is our vegetarian chapter. It's Conan the Vegetarian depicted there. And the guy who did the illustrations is a genius. He won, when we were seniors, he won the Charles Schulz Award for the nation's best college cartoonist.
Really?
So he is a hot ticket, yeah. So the whole book, he designed and illustrated the whole book, and I think he really
So, I mean, did he granted you the use to use the word peanut throughout the whole thing?
Yeah, that was him. We have a recipe. There's a whole ice cream dreams and their Freudian interpretations, and that includes a recipe for peanut envy chocolate sauce.
Really?
Yeah, it's in the back. It's in the back.
Okay, now what about a college kid? You know, all the college guys, they can't cook. There's cockroaches in the sink.
Right.
They don't do the dishes.
Right. Well, actually, they should refer to our chapter here. Actually, you know, you might use this.
Okay.
There's a section called Dining Hall Dating.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I could use that.
Yeah, and we have a diagram, and it teaches you how to make things like fondue in the cafeteria, but it tells you to bag the forks for the fondue and just, you know, feed it to your date. And other tips include you can if you need music, right? So you get your friend who plays in the symphony. They play a little, you know, something, you know, a little Tchaikovsky, or you get the the Bellamy Brothers song. If I said you had a beautiful body, would you hold it against me?
Right.
Yeah, something kind of nice and sweet like
so
that.
You actually can.
Larry got a prom date that way.
Really? So
yeah.
you can actually have romance in a college
Sure.
cafeteria.
You thought it couldn't be done, but you know we'll show you how.
Wow.
Yeah. Sure.
So,
maybe you should go back to school.
Yes, definitely.
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, I think it's becoming clear now that your key is.
I think my problem is I'm 35 years old and I'm still eating at T. Anthony's.
They're gonna like that. They're gonna like that.
No, I love
He
T.
eats there every weekend.
I eat there all the time. They're very, very nice. Let me tell you, go into T. Anthony's on a Saturday or Sunday and see Sean ask for the Chachi special, and you'll get some very good food.
Really?
Yes.
Is there a Chachi special at T.
Yes,
Anthony's?
there is. It's breakfast, though. Shall I tell you what it is?
Please.
3 eggs scrambled, bacon, cider sausage, home fries, and English muffins and a large lemonade. That's
Good
what I
for
eat
you,
for breakfast. Is it really good for you?
Not at all.
Not at all. Okay, so was it tough for you to find a publisher for this idea?
We had trouble at first, but it was worth waiting because we have a really cool publisher now. It was a little hard because, you know, publishers are grown-ups, right? And all they could think of when we were like, no, you can make this in the cafeteria, and they're like, come on. And although what happened was on the editorial side, they thought it was kind of funny and cute, and then it was the sales side that wasn't clear on the concept, and so the editorial side would come back to us and say, sorry, we can't do it, but then they'd say, but can I have a Xerox for my son? He's going off to college. So.
Hey, we wish you good luck with the book, the first book. There could be a sequel to it, right now.
Sure.
And people can find this book at any
bookstores. Can I name them?
Sure, name them.
B. Dalton, Walden Books, Waterstones, all the extra ones.
So that's a great feeling going in and seeing your book for sale.
Yeah.
That's great. Congratulations.
Of course I don't because they're all sold out.
Okay.
That's right.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we're going to go to commercial. We'll be right back. Your Mother's on the Roof.
And get your arms together and your hands together and give me some of that old soul laughing. You didn't have to love me like you did, but you did, and I thank you. You didn't have to
I knew who I was. I knew who I wasn't. Thanks to my father. He was a builder. He talked a lot for being a quiet man. And after I became a father, I understood why talking was so important to him. Sometimes a boy needs to talk about things that bother him. Pressures from friends, or today it's drugs, I suppose. And when I needed someone to talk to, he wanted it to be him. His values, not someone else's.
Years later, we stood and waited for the bus to take me to college. He gave me an old nail to remind me of the fruits of work. But now it reminds me more of him and how it wasn't just houses he was building. The closer you are to your children, the further they'll be from drugs. From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
We've had two great guests so far.
Right.
And Margery is just a delight to work with. Even though they cut my name out of the radio show.
I know. I can't believe they did that either, because you're on a different band. I mean, it's the FM band, the AM band.
Well, you know how it is. The bottom line is $1. Welcome back to Your Mother's on the Roof. My name's Chachi. It's Sunday night. If you're watching it in Boston, we want to thank everybody from Weymouth, Braintree. I'm just remembering the cities that run our show. I mean, Boston, Cambridge, and the list goes on. I don't have it, but...
and if you happen to be at someone's home and it's not your own town and you'd like to see this, all it takes is a simple phone call to the program director at your system saying, I'd like to see more of Your Mother's on the Roof, and that's all it takes.
I have to be as very polite like that. I myself would handle it a little bit differently.
Like, for instance?
Get the show on, damn it.
Well, that speaks too. That talks to me too.
Well, anyway, hey, we got to mention our hotline again because we are paying for it. 576-8881.
I'll pay this month's bill.
You're going to pay this month's bill? I haven't paid it in a couple months. I'm surprised we're still running it. Anyway.
576-8881.
And now a moment of silence for Larry Glick, who's now off the air.
Oh, that's right. He is.
Thank you very much. Anyway.
He'd like that, though. He'd like that.
We would have liked that, yes. And go to Glick's Beauty Care Salon over there in...
oh, that's right.
Where is it?
She's in Wellesley, I think.
Okay, Wellesley. We want to say hi to them because Larry's a really great guy. We're going to miss him. We're going to miss him. We'll try to get him on the show.
Oh, he'll be down. He'll be
before
part
he
of the
sails
show.
away. Anyway, our next guest is a comedian who's been around town for so long. He was recommended by Clyde Whalen.
And you know that's been a long time.
And you know it's a long time because Clyde is an awesome guy, and he recommended our next comedian. He's really good. Please enjoy Robert Capozzi.
Let him know. Let him know.
Thank you, Chachi. The Chaichmeister. Chacharino. Hey, I feel good. What a crowd here tonight. Yeah. Yeah, I feel good, but I almost didn't make it over here tonight. Yeah, I'm driving over. A cop pulls up beside me, starts pointing at me, yelling, "Pull over, pull over." Look back at him, I said, "Pull over? I don't know what the hell you're talking about, Jack. This is a cardigan." Yeah, apparently he really liked the sweater, though, because he chased me for the next 5 miles with the lights flashing and the siren blaring. Finally, I had enough of that shit, I'll tell you. I split. Yeah. Yeah, I had a weird day. I saw a weird sign on the way over here in a convenience store advertising directly to the lesbian community. It said, "Milk, $1.99, gal homo." Yeah, I was thinking about some weird shit today, too, like how do blind people know when they're done wiping their ass? Saw a weird license plate on the way over here. New Hampshire plate. It said, "Live free or die." There's a tough friggin' choice. We're not into this living free shit. Maybe they could send a state trooper over. He could blow our brains out. What about Alaska? They got a weird plate. It says Alaska, the last frontier. Alaska, the last frontier. Obviously, these people have never driven through Mattapan. Pennsylvania, there's another weird plate. It says, "You've got a friend in Pennsylvania." Why don't they put something I want to know on the plate like, "Hey, I know where there's a chick who gives great head in Pittsburgh." What about Massachusetts? They got a weird plate. It says ex-POW. Why don't they put something I want to know on the plate, like ex-nymphomaniac? Maybe if I follow the car around long enough, the chick will have a relapse at some light and I can get laid. Even the weathermen around here are always telling me shit I don't want to know. Like when it rains, they say, "Hey, if this was snow, we'd have 1.5 feet. Why don't they tell me something I want to know? Like when it snows, say, "If this were cocaine, we'd all be friggin' rich." Yeah. Here's a question I have for scientists. At what age does a woman's hair become like frozen solid and stuck to her head? Like I'm up visiting my mother recently, and I walk in, and I know something's up because she's looking at me funny, and she says, "You notice anything different about me?" I said, "Well, I was thinking, geez, Ma, you shaved your mustache off." But I had a feeling that wasn't it. So she's looking at me. She says, no, I had my hair done. Doesn't it look done? So I'm looking at it. It's like stiff as a board, like frozen solid on her head. And I said, oh, it's done all right, Ma. Matter of fact, it may be a little overdone. As a matter of fact, is there any way you can get it undone? I said to her. I remember one time I was home from college. Mother caught me smoking pot. Now, just for situations like this, parents always have that speech saved up that, is this what we deserve speech? So my mother starts, is this what we deserve? We try and give you a decent upbringing and you're smoking pot. Is this what we deserve? Then they always pick that one kid you hung around with that was a goody-goody, and they say, why can't you be more like your friend Johnny? Johnny never gets into trouble. Why can't you be more like your friend Johnny? And I said, geez, Ma, Johnny's the one who turned me on to pot. He's the one who got me high. So now they have that other speech. Oh, so what are you going to do, everything Johnny does? Johnny jumps off a bridge? Would you jump off a bridge? Geez, I don't know, Ma. Depends on how stoned we get. This ever happening? You're out somewhere, someone comes around with this giant, humongous friggin' dog. Dog starts getting closer and growling. The owner always says the same thing. Oh, don't worry, he won't bother you. Hey, buddy, he's way beyond the friggin' bothering me stage already. As a matter of fact, right about now, he's scaring the shit out of me. You ever notice this? When you see couples, it's always a ugly guy with an ugly girl, good-looking guy with a good-looking girl. You never see a really good-looking guy with a really ugly girl. Oh, geez, I stand corrected. This couple right here. No, I'm not going to put down ugly or fat chicks because, you know, fat chicks and ugly chicks are two of the most prejudiced against groups of people in the country. Matter of fact, if I'm driving my car and there's a good-looking chick in front of the car trying to cross the street, I mean, I'd be jamming on my brakes to let her cross. But a fat chick, I mean, she's got a fat chance of crossing in front of me. Recently, I had an encounter, a fat chick's trying to cross in front of me, and neither one of us would yield. I actually hit her. Cop shows up. She's there lying on the ground. He says, what happened here? You hit her? He says, what happened? I said, geez, I would have gone around her, but I didn't think I had enough gas. Yeah, I'm going to leave you with this. How about these people, you know, you'll be talking to them and they say, well, not to change the subject, and then they change the subject. I mean, what's with that shit? Like, that makes it okay. The next time that happens, if someone says, well, not to change the subject, and then they change the subject, do what I do. Well, say, well, not to kick you in the balls, but thank you very much. You guys have been great.
Okay.
The comedy of Robert Capozzi. Send all suggestions, complaints, letters to Robert Capozzi, care of Your Mother's on the Roof.
Ladies and gentlemen, our comedian couldn't be here tonight, so let's move on with the show. We have an extra 4 minutes to fill. My name's Chachi, and I work at WBCN, and I was born in 1957.
Oh, that's
and for the next 4 minutes, we're going to just go into John's past and try to dig up some good info to keep you guys entertained.
Boy, my life is an open book. It really is. But.
Never before in one show has one person sworn so much. Anyway, this is cable, folks, and you're watching it on your local cable access channel. We want to thank everybody who was involved with the show tonight, except the one certain comedian.
If you like what you saw, tell a few friends. If you didn't like what you see, let's just keep
call
it
the program director.
Right? Let's just keep it our little secret.
Yeah, don't call the program director,
don't call
please.
The program director.
Please. This is what do we do now, John?
Well, actually, what we do is we wrap the show up. It's getting close to that time where you say goodbye and you thank the people who were part
of it. Oh, man. Robert Capozzi was his name, and he was the comedian tonight. We want to thank him for coming down. We want to thank Lynn Harris, a fine author who's a great cook.
Yeah.
But I don't know about people cooking in Somerville. Do they cook in Somerville?
No, they just... Anyway. I don't know. Yeah, they do cook in Somerville. There's a lot of fine restaurants.
We are scraping, ladies and gentlemen. We want to thank our very good friend who comes down. How many times has she been on now? Margery's been on 4 times?
Twice.
She was on Bonnie Frank last. We have to get Bonnie Frank back on the show.
We should, yeah.
I had a dream about Bonnie Frank the other night. I dreamt he was coming back on the show. Maybe because Margery was coming on. Yeah.
Oh, I thought there was a joke coming there.
No, there's no joke. There's no joke. I need some water. What, Clyde?
I just want to say this lady has great timing.
Who does?
This lady.
Okay, you're saying...
Clyde is in the audience pointing to Lynn Harris, saying that she has great timing.
Great timing?
Yeah.
That's Clyde Whalen.
Clyde Whalen. Okay, Clyde. Well, thank you. I mean, no, we'll take your word for it because you did recommend the comedian, didn't you? No, it's okay. You really laid a groundwork for credibility on this show. And the next time you say that you have a guest that you want to have on the show, man, we're going to just jump right on it and say, get him in here. Because they deserve to be on the show. Clyde Whalen, our in-house Agon.
In-house Agon, yeah, exactly.
Anyway, there's a conversation going on outside. Should we listen to
No.
There's an argument going on
No,
outside.
it's okay. Actually, I would like to mention that we have fans. We have fans, Charges, I heard about in West Roxbury who watch the show on a regular basis.
Really?
Yeah. It's Bernadette and Brant. They're big fans of the show. As a matter of fact, Bernadette told me that the show that she sees on Sunday nights at 7 is the highlight of her weekend. So it gives you an idea of
That's nice. No, she's very, very nice. We want to thank her for watching the show.
That's right.
You held a piper in your hand.
This is for you. This is for you, Bernadette.
576-8881. Give us a call on the studio line and let us know what you thought of the show. We have to go. This is Your Mother's on the Roof. Thank you, John. Thank you, Margery. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Robert. And thank you, our studio audience. We'll see you all next time. This is Your Mother's on the Roof.